And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live, as we are on the road here again at, Port Travis Deli in Elizabethton. You want to come by and get some great food today. You know, this is the place we tell you all the time, they don't scrimp. When you get a sandwich from Port Travis Deli, you get a sandwich from Port Travis Deli. They don't scrimp. 543-6128 is the number to call. Again, Port Travis. And, of course, remember, we say this all the time, if you're a Cyclone fan, if you're here in Elizabethton, remember those who support your kids, because every day they give away free sandwiches. Every game, we're averaging about 2 per game, so you can do the math. Somebody's paying for it. Richard Oakes is, because he says we believe in our kids here, our student athletes at Elizabethton High School and at T.A. Duggar. So that's where we are, broadcasting live again. So we're going to be joined just in a few minutes by Ryan Presnell, head coach of Betsy Baseball. Big announcement yesterday, if you saw it on our live stream. Had over 4,000 views, pretty impressive. Not that the 4,000 views, but the fact of what happened yesterday, it's really cool. Also going to be joined top of the hour by Alex Ingram, the T.A. Duggar Lady Cyclones playing in the conference tournament championship tonight. We're going to stream it at 6:30 from John Sevier Middle School in Kingsport. The number 3 seed Sevier, the number 1 seed, the Lady Cyclones of T.A. Duggar, are going to be on the hardwood. We'll bring it to you beginning at 6:15 tonight. And then we'll also, they'll be playing either Saturday or Monday. They'll be playing Monday. We'll cover them on that one too, I think. But we'll take one at a time. We'll be there tonight. 6:15 airtime, 6:30 tip-off. And then a little bit later on, Ivan Sanders will join us. He'll be in here talking sports, and so all that coming up. Right now, let's do the national anthem, as we always do, to honor this great country. Here he is to do it and do it well, Gabe Short, on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, show number 2008 on the road today. We are at Port Travis Deli. And
oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet waved o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And back at the Tom Douglas Sports Show, look who showed up. Man, oh man, oh man. Do you get to keep the beer during the season, I hope?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
This thing's staying.
All right.
Unless they put me back in as the JROTC commander, it's
in?
staying.
It's
Yeah.
staying? Awesome. We're joined, as you see, by Coach Presnell, our great baseball coach here at Elizabethton High School. And, man, that was awesome yesterday. Tell us, for folks who may have missed it, you can go back and watch it on our Facebook page, but big announcement right down the road here at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark, the Evan Carter Fieldhouse. Awesome. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we going to be building an indoor training facility that's going to have 4 70-foot cages, 2 pitching lanes, cameras everywhere, Rapsodo spin rate, all the things, machines. We're going to make it state of the art, and so we were able to do that because of donors. And it's pretty easy to get people to come alongside after Evan did what he did with his T-shirt sale donation. So that Jesus One shirt went a long way. We talked about that how God can work just through a T-shirt. And that's all it took. And saw yesterday he made an almost $11,000 donation to the animal shelter down here, which that money will be put to good use as well. So really, really special time in this community, and it's good to see Evan investing back in the community like we all knew he would.
Evan made a donation to the Humane Society?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And there's a lot of folks that came alongside us and joined and partnered with me and Evan to make this thing a reality, because that's the hard thing is Evan's probably down there hitting right now in that outdoor cage, and while the temperature's okay today, it's still hard to see in there because it's so dark. It's covered. There's no good lights in there, all the things. So
We're here live again. We are talking to our buddy Coach Ryan Presnell, Betsy Baseball. Now, you said Rapid. What was the thing going to be in there?
Rapsodo.
I have no clue. Tell us what that is.
It's basically a machine that's going to measure all the things about the flight of a baseball. So how hard it's spinning, how far it would have went had you been hitting on a baseball field, the shapes of curveballs and fastballs and sinkers and sliders and changeups. But it really gives our kids the opportunity to work with those things. And we've got a lot of guys right now that are going to be playing college baseball that when they go to that next level, they're going to be talking about those things. And so to get those guys prepared for that, but really right now to use that for a competitive advantage for us, if that results in 2 or 3 more hits a game, one of those hits might be a game winner, so being able to put that kind of money and not just build the building, but outfit it properly was a big deal for us.
We got a big birthday today. Rhino, his oldest, having a birthday today. How old is he?
12.
12?
Yeah, it took me a minute to do the math.
12.
Yeah.
12 years old. Happy birthday to Rhino Presnell, 12 years old today. So hope he joins with Alicia Keys, who's, I guess, a rap star. I don't know who she is, but if you know who Alicia Keys is.
She is a very good R&B singer.
Yeah.
You'd like her music.
I have no clue.
I'm going to send you some of her music later.
Yeah.
You'd like it.
All
Very
right.
old school.
So we're on music real quick.
Okay.
National Anthem, Super Bowl, Reba McEntire. I know her.
I know her, yeah.
America the Beautiful by
Yeah.
Post Malone. Do you know anything about them?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a he.
Oh, it's a he?
It's a one guy.
Okay, it's a okay.
You call it a
Have no clue. No clue. Post Malone. Sound like a group name.
It
so
does.
it's a guy.
It does, yeah.
All right. And then we're going to come back with halftime with Usher.
Yeah.
Is Usher all right?
That's from back in my day.
Okay. Is he
Yeah.
good? I don't know anything about him.
He's all right. It's R&B. which
R&B.
I like. Hey, like I said, Alicia Keys. I love Alicia Keys, and some of the Usher stuff's okay, but it kind of gets a little potty mouth and a little raunchy every once in a while. So
Yeah.
you got to watch it.
Yeah. I ain't in the potty mouth.
Yeah.
So, I used to watch Yellowstone.
It's a hard show to watch nowadays.
I got tired of the F-bomb on it seemed like every other word. I thought, really?
Yeah.
Do you have to do that? So I just said,
These days,
I don't need to be
guess
watching that.
People have given up that you can make a good show or have a good comedy skit or a good movie without pushing it. It's hard for us to even just watch TV at 8 o'clock at night with the kids anymore. Hey, there's an app out there we found that it's called VidAngel, and it actually links up to Netflix, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime, and you can filter out things. So if there's a scene that you don't want to see, you can filter it out, or there's words you don't want to hear, you can filter those out too. So that's made it around our house, especially last week on the snow break. It made pretty good. We were able to filter things out and watch. We're still not watching our movies with the kids, but PG-13s where we can take the words out that we don't want them hearing. So.
Exactly. I like that. Speaking of, we were talking about Andy Griffin when we first got here. We were talking about good shows. We were talking about Ernest T. Bass and Charlene and Andy. So can never go wrong with Andy Griffith. I can tell you
No,
that.
not at all.
Now I'm going to get his take on football. Jim Harbaugh comes out today. I said this all week for the last 2 weeks. He ain't going back, and he's not. He's now the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. So he's in. He's gone from Michigan. Are you surprised at that?
I am. When I took this job, it was a lot like that job is for Jim Harbaugh. It's at his school, it's his alma mater, and now on top of it, he's built a heck of a program. But these guys, some of these guys, they just want to move, just constantly moving up, and I get that. You like to go new places and have new experiences, and hey, a new challenge every once in a while. I mean, he'd accomplished everything he came to accomplish at Michigan, and there's also a part of me that says, the water was getting pretty deep at Michigan for him
Murky.
with a lot of things going on. Do I think he was directing it and knew all about it? No, I mean, there's 80 people on these staffs, so when people start doing stuff, you can't know what every person's doing every minute of every day. But I do feel like he's kind of like, maybe time to hand this over to somebody else. And he's built a great program, so they'll be able to get a great coach up there. So, don't disagree with it. But, at the end of the day, new challenge for him. And I'll tell you, the hard thing for him is going to be his personality meshing with the other personality down there. And a lot of people talking about it's this coach's or this player's fault that the Packers did what they did to him. And somebody put it best is like, down there in Dallas, like, what are you going to do when you got that personality? And he's going to run into that with the Chargers. I mean, he's not the man in charge. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he made more than both of his bosses, which are the athletic director and the president of the university. And he's going to get down there and he's going to have players making more than him. How's that going to work out? Because, again, we've seen that play out in Dallas. It's always been very public because Jerry Jones has the press conferences every week. But I really think it's like that to an extent all over the NFL where that front end has got a lot more power than you do, and you don't have a ton of say in who the people that are coming in are. And that's going to be a big adjustment for him from college to pro.
Well, the guy you're coming down on in practice, your lineman or your running back, whoever, looks at you like, okay, right, Jim.
Jim,
I'll put your paycheck up against my check, so don't talk too much trash. I'll go above you to the owner and say, get him off my back or I'm leaving. Because I'm telling you that kind of stuff happens.
Well, sure it does. And you look at Nick Saban. He went to the NFL for, was it 1 or 2 years? But regardless, it wasn't there long. It just wasn't his cup of tea, And Bill Belichick seems to be cut of the same cloth of the Saban and Harbaugh of, we're going to have a disciplined environment. But still, it can't look like it does in college. These are professionals. These are grown men who are employees. They're not college kids anymore, which that's changing too. But at the end of the day, like it's going to be interesting to see what he does out there.
We've got an auction coming up we're going to be talking about here in a second before I let him go. Now, the AFC Championship, I need your take. Here's an old football guy. Played Elizabethton, played at Furman, toted the mail. So he knows football like he knows baseball because he helped me do color for, what'd you do, 2 years with me?
No, more like 5.
5 years with me?
Yeah.
3 to 5 years? Yeah. So maybe someday he'll come by. But right now he's been a daddy down in the stands, and I get that. AFC Championship, Ravens, Chiefs. Who do you like and why?
It's hard not to like the Chiefs because of experience. But also know that those Ravens are really hungry. It seems like for the Chiefs this year, it seems like maybe they got it under control, but it was about everything but football. It was a lot of the Taylor Swift thing, obviously, but I think there's a lot of shenanigans went on the sidelines. Does that come into play? Does that come back to haunt them tonight? Or not tonight. What night is it? Is that Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
It's Saturday. I'm all mixed up. That snow got me last week. But,
I understand.
It'll be interesting to see if they're able to string together a good 4 quarters of football because if they do, they're scary. And I know the Ravens are thinking this is their year, but we'll see. That's a toss-up to me for sure.
I got a story here I'm going to read later. Lamar Jackson, either it's a psych job or he really is scared. He says, I don't look forward to playing against Patrick Mahomes. He's that good. And I'm thinking, all right, is this a setup? Surely this guy's not going to come out and say that in national media. Yeah. He's scared to play you.
Yeah.
But that's what he said. I've got the story here in a minute. I'm going to read it. So then on the other side of the coin, the 49ers and the Lions. Who do you like there?
I like the 49ers, but wouldn't be shocked if the Lions pull it off. Obviously, a lot of energy in Detroit and all those things, but sometimes that energy works against you. But, they've got to go out there to San Francisco and play against the 1 seed. Are the lights too bright for those guys? I don't think so. Again, they're professional athletes, but that San Francisco team last week was a good-looking football team with a lot of different places to go. Purdy manages the game well. He's got plenty of good receivers. They've got the guy in the backfield. I forget his name, but got the really good running back out there that can
McCaffrey.
Can run it for 4 or 5 yards. I mean, just an absolute beast of a running back and can catch the football, run the football, and so that's a tough team to beat. That is that well rounded all the way around. But my NFC North is kind of maybe pulling for the Lions, but I'm also kind of torn because I missed my Packers. That game last week was a heartbreaker, but I think that'll be a super good football game with a lot of excitement swirling around it.
I've said all week long this is your best week of the National Football League. These two, I call them semifinal games is what they are in essence to get to the Super Bowl. Usually the Super Bowl more times than not is a letdown. Never kind of lives up to its hype, but these will be really good football games. Interesting, Jared Goff is the number 1 pick coming into the draft, and then you turn on the flip side, and Brock Purdy was the last guy that year in the draft.
Yeah.
So what a success story to Brock Purdy go from nobody wants me coming out of Iowa State to now the quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah, it's a super cool story. And, again, watched him for 4 quarters last week. Very impressive, very clean quarterback. Goes back there, lets the people around him work, and just gets the job done. So that's the kind of guy you want in that football game. Somebody's not going to get you beat. That's where, Jordan Love on that last drive. Young guy, very dynamic thrower, running around, throwing back across his body, sidearm. When they're young like that kind of gets unpredictable. And on that last drive, it kind of bit us in the hind end there. So you look at Brock Purdy, he's not going to do that. Every drive is going to be clean. Turnovers are going to be to a minimum. And in those football games, you go into the fourth quarter up by 10 with a quarterback like him that's not going to turn it over with a good defense, you're going to win the football game. So
Had Cody Cannell on yesterday, head basketball coach of the Crockett boys team. We were talking about the legislation on the table of the TSSAA to vote on in April whether or not to allow kids to student athletes start transferring more frequently in high school in Tennessee. I think it's a foregone conclusion it's going to pass, or otherwise they'd already shut it down, not get to the point where it's going to be a vote by the executive council. He said, and every coach I've talked to said, bad for Tennessee high school sports. What say you, sir?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's something like that. There's, work back in law enforcement doing investigations. Anytime you take a step, you go into a neighborhood to do surveillance on somebody, or you make a decision, you throw that pebble in the pond, you just don't have any idea how big the ripples are going to be and how far they're going to go. And just like we're seeing with the NIL at the collegiate level, there's so many unforeseen circumstances that come out of something like that. I've got to sit here and say, honestly, I don't know. Here's what I will tell you, is that if I have a young man who is not happy in our program, who wants to go somewhere else, I really don't want that transfer rule holding them up and them hanging around at a place they don't want to be. That's just my take on it. I think just like any other student, they've got to have the ability to transfer within a limited amount of times. It can't be the wild, wild west like they've done with NIL and transfer portal and NCAA. That's not going to work. What I am saying to you is if there's a young person who is unhappy, who's not meshing well with the players and the coaches and even the school or the community as a whole, they ought to be allowed to consider their options. I feel that way. Do I worry about what that's going to do to programs? Yes, I do. And I also worry about influxes of transfers into our program. It's a lot of times you think, well, that's just an awesome thing. We're getting this talented kid from somewhere, else. And a lot of times they come in and they don't understand our culture. And then you've got to teach a junior or senior, this is how we do things. You've got to teach them freshman lessons. And at 16 or 17, that's hard for a young man to do. I mean, there's a lot to be expected there. And so it's one of those things, I, like you, think it is a foregone conclusion because eventually somebody's going to sue them over it, and I think in a court of law they lose.
You're right.
And so why spend the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars of fighting something all the way to the Supreme Court in the state of Tennessee over something that, that you're going to lose? So just go ahead and make the decision. Get out in front of it, put your regulations in place, and maybe people say, okay, fine. So I know that my views are different on that than a lot of coaches, and I share their concerns. But at the end of the day, they're going to make that decision that's way above my pay grade, and I just want to play ball. Just play ball in March and forget about all that.
543-6128, the number to call here at Port Travis Deli. So, again, you look at, all right, so I'm going to give you this scenario. I understand what you're saying. All right, so what if somebody transfers unexpectedly? You didn't know. So, case in point, got a doubleheader Friday against, pick a team, Chucky Doak, who knows? Okay. And you find out Monday that old Tom Taylor, I didn't know he was upset. He's pulled up and left. He's transferred to, pick someplace, Gate City.
Yeah.
Runs in Virginia. Let's say, stay over here. Let's say transfers to Tennessee High.
Yeah.
You had no clue that he was even upset. Then what?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Good. If he's that unhappy, and you don't want to be here, that's fine.
Okay.
You got to understand, and we get so caught up in wins and losses and performance and this, that, and the other. You said that I didn't know he was unhappy.
You would know he's unhappy, right?
If we're going to pull something like that off, I guarantee you that I'm getting run down behind closed doors, that this kid's tearing my locker room apart. If they're willing to pull something that radical, hey, do I need to write you a letter of recommendation? Because I will.
Yeah.
And I want everybody in our locker room to be on the same boat, because even if we're losing, and we're doing that and we're still getting along, then I can handle that. But if we're winning and not even getting along, I've seen that stuff happen. It makes coaches and players and parents miserable. You know, and that's kind of where I'm at, is like, I don't want a rule to hold somebody up from being happy, especially when you're 15, 16. You know, let's say a kid is not playing, and their happiness with the game revolves around playing. You know, some kids get their happiness from being a member of this team, or being a part of this culture, or being part of a winning team, you know. And another kid's different, and they say, I just want to play. Like, it's all I want to do is play, and I'm third string here, or I'm second string, and the guy in front of me is a sophomore and I'm a junior. Listen, go find a place to play. That's fine. It does not hurt my feelings. I just know when we get up on that big yellow bus, I need 15 to 25 guys who are absolutely bought in, that like the way we do things, that are down for whatever coach is going to ask them to do that day. And in that situation, you know, you hate to lose a kid. You hate to make people mad. It weighs on you at night and it keeps you awake. But if they really do feel that way, please be my guest. No hard feelings here. Honestly, I mean that. So,
Evan Carter Fieldhouse groundbreaking win. Soon? Today?
Well, they were going to try today, but I don't
Right.
think it's going to happen. So that ground you saw yesterday is still incredibly soft from the snow. So I think officially ground breaking buckets going in ground is probably going to be next Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. But I do know that, speaking to the contractor, Mitch Cox, once they put those buckets in the ground, it's going to go really fast. So we've already got all the equipment to go in it, just waiting for them to build it. So as soon as it's built, within 24 to 48 hours, our kids will be hitting in that building.
Love it.
Yep, me too.
Last thing before I let you go. Coming up, Alex is here with us. We got T.A. Duggar Girls Championship Basketball tonight. Woo! Taking
That's
on
exciting.
Sevier at Sevier Middle School. The number 1 seed, Matt Fox and Alex, taking the ladies over there. They survived a 55-50 overtime barn burner last night. Ryan Flair had 21. We're going to kind of scout Sevier. That's the opponent tonight, and we'll talk about that coming up here in a minute. Auction coming up next Saturday, right?
February 3rd.
Wow.
Yep, doors open at 8. Going to have biscuits and gravy, courtesy of Taz Irwin, from 8 to 10. Live auction starts at 10. The live auction is going to be absolutely incredible this year. I'm going to get you a list probably tomorrow, so you can go ahead and give us a little plug. But
Absolutely.
we're talking the cabins and the trips and equipment, house makeovers, bathroom redos. Like, it's another big one. They keep on doing it every year. They keep on doing it, and I tell them, like, you don't need to make it bigger every single year, and they're like, yeah, we know, but we want to. It's like, okay, that's fine. So this year it's just another quality put on, and 100% of that money goes to our program. You know, we've not bought a thing, so everything there is completely donated. So if you spend $100, $100 goes to our program, and that was a big deal for me when we put this fundraiser together 9 years ago. Was to say, I need to do a fundraiser where half of it doesn't go to some corporation in New York State. Like, I need a fundraiser where 100% goes here. I need a fundraiser where people have fun with it and where people enjoy putting it on. And we've accomplished that. So I'm proud of that auction.
How many
proud of
items?
those parents. Right now we're sitting just short of, I think, about 180. Last year we had 220, so we've still got a week and a half to go. So we'll probably make it, if not eclipse it, or just be a little short. But right now, feel good about it. We're going to make our budget. So that's the important part, is we pay for the budget this season and keep moving forward.
Coming up, we're going to talk about the Wild Game Dinner, too, coming up on Saturday evening. This coming Saturday at Pleasant Beach. Maybe you have barbecued crickets. Oh, boy. You ever had a barbecued cricket?
Get out of here.
I'm
So you're
serious.
whoa. So you're telling me I can't go over here and get you to eat one of those delicious pickled eggs that Richard has made?
Or a
But you're
cup of
gonna-
onions.
You're going to eat a grilled cricket.
No, I didn't say I was going to eat it. I said they may have it on the table as an offering. No, I didn't.
But
I can go ahead and tell you I'm not going to eat it.
You
so.
insinuated you eat crickets.
No, I said there may be barbecued crickets. Now, I am from West Virginia. We are a little different, but we never had barbecued crickets. So
I bet they fish good.
they fish good.
Trout smell it.
There was talk. Yeah. The pastor said there was one of his previous dinners. A guy had possum on the. You ever had possum?
Nope.
No.
I've never been that hungry. I've never been to the point where, like, if it's protein and it's moving, it's mine. Like, I don't care.
Amen.
I just,
All God's people said, "Amen." You
Amen.
got it. So, but we're going to have a wild game dinner. He's going to tell us about that coming up here in a few minutes. Love you, brother. Thanks for coming by.
You said wild game dinner. I thought y'all were doing like full contact cornhole or something. I said, oh, food.
It's going to be deer, moose, elk. We don't know what's going to be.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. We're giving away a grill and a shotgun and a, what's the other one? Crossbow. So there you go. Going to be a big, plus, the most important part of it, we're going to hear a message from Cody Sturgill, the gospel of the Lord.
That's the main event, right?
Oh yeah.
That's the main event.
So man, I love you. Looking forward. Baseball
too.
starts when? We're
February 12th.
woo.
First game, March 8th.
March 8th.
Yep.
Circle it.
There will be snowflakes.
Yeah.
So just get your flannel out, get your earmuffs.
Cyclone baseball.
You'll
March
see me
8th.
down there looking like Yukon Cornelius in the dugout, but we will be there, and we're going to compete, man. I tell you, this baseball club is going to compete. We got a lot of things to do this year.
Yeah.
We got a big, long to-do list of a lot of things to do, and ain't all of baseball related. So
Unfinished business.
yeah, and you got auction tickets, right?
I do.
You gonna give some out today?
I am. We'll give some away. Got them in my pocket.
Awesome.
Happy birthday to Rhino. Get some lunch.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk soon. See you next week. I want you to come back and promote some more. Give us some itemized.
I'm not too goofy for you. You gonna have me back?
No.
Okay.
Goofy's good. So
Okay.
we'll make a break. We'll be right back.
I hope Sarah's listening. You
No,
said
she's watching. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Folks in Port Travis Deli, it's football time in Tennessee, as the late John Ward said. So Friday night, going to the ball game, come by and get your sandwiches. Tell us how you can help us.
Hey, just mommy, make a good steak sandwich. You want some chicken salad, some pickles and eggs. You know, if you just want a snack, some people just like to snack at the ball game, don't really want to eat a big meal. We can take care of that for you. We got chips and drinks if you want to pack your cooler or whatever. Got anything you need.
Yep, 543-6128 is what you call, or the number you call, and he'll have it ready for you. So if you're heading to the game, how much time should we allow you to get them ready?
Usually about 10 to 15 minutes is a pretty good time.
Yep, 10 or 15 minutes.
About 10
ready.
15 minutes, we'll take care of you.
Yep, ready to go. 543-61 on Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Northeast Community Credit Union, we know the importance of taking care of your family and building our community. Are you remodeling your home, trading cars for your next road trip, or maybe you're considering an in-ground pool or a boat for the lake? Our loans are easy, fast, and convenient with the lowest payments around. Act now before rates go up. Apply online at bmycu.org, call us, or come see us in Elizabethton, Johnson City, or Rome Mountain. We have the loan you need.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher that can offer seafood meal prep, suggest the perfect sides to pair, and even steam and peel your shrimp. All at no extra cost. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
I bet he'd be great at helping with the laundry.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, we're live here again at Port Travis Deli, 543-6128. Tell everybody who you are, sir. We're glad you're here.
Alex Ingram, assistant coach with T.A. Duggar girls basketball.
You got it. Coach Fox is in class today. He came earlier in the week, so Coach Ingram said, I want to come brag on our girls, and brag that you should. 55-50 in overtime last night. Beat a good Sullivan Heights team, so first night out, we won 35-6, I think it was, or 35-9 over Liberty Bell. So stage is set. Severe's ladies upset Robinson last night. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Sure
So
did.
it's down to the championship tonight. Number 1 seed T.A. Duggar, number 3 seed Severe playing. They split in the regular season. Tell us about the Severe team.
They're a well coached team. They a bunch of glue girls. None of them really go above and beyond. They kind of all play well together. They play a pretty good little zone defense that causes a little bit of havoc, but they're not necessarily one player driven. They all move the ball really well, and I think that sometimes that causes issues for some teams. So it caused some issues at their place for us. So hopefully tonight we'll come with a little bit of intensity, and I think coming off of last night's game, 2:30 on Saturday, and a win would put us at Clinton Middle School at 6 p.m. on Monday as the 1 seed from Area 1.
So we're playing, if we play Saturday, if we win, we'll play Monday. If
A
we
loss
lose, we've got to
puts
play
us-
Saturday.
yes, sir.
Okay. So that's where we are. Starts tonight, 6:15, 6:30 tip-off from Johnsonville Middle School. They upset Robinson, which is a cross-city school. Robinson and Severe both feet into Dobbins minutes, so it'll be intense tonight. It'll be a big crowd on the home floor. They're the 3 seed, we're the 1 seed. Girls playing well right now for the T.A. Duggar Lady Cyclones.
Oh yeah, we're hitting a different gear right now. I think that we had a 10-game span from December 11th to December 21st where we saw all 4 of our losses come in that 10-day span. And I think since then we've been slowly building back up to where we need to be. I think last night was a real testament to our program because when the going got tough, we got going. And I think big game players step up in big situations. And I think last night was a prime example of exactly what we've wanted to happen all year. No, overtime's not the most friendly on your nerves, but at the same time, when you've got the girls we've got in our corner, I'll go to battle with anybody any day.
Ryan Fleener had 21 last night. Put on the show, didn't she?
She did, and that kid's special. I've said it. I joined the program last year, first year with them, and she was on my JV, and the things she can do as an 8th grader right now kind of make me laugh because I'm not familiar with that at that age. She's going to be a really special player for a good long time, and I mean I know Division I's a high goal to achieve, but I think she's able to do that. I think the kid's really hard on herself at times, but I think it's because she cares. She's really special, and she stepped up last night in a big way. I think we had a couple girls who had an opportunity to get frustrated last night. Last night, Sullivan Heights ran a triangle and 2 against us, and the 2 was on Sydney Minton and Daisy, and both of those girls couldn't get a breath. They couldn't get away, and I think when you're in that position, it's kind of tough because it's not what you're used to, and I think that they're in overtime, even probably being frustrated. Daisy got a big steal and a big bucket that kind of solidified our win after Ryan's big 3. So I think that just looking at us on paper, I'd go to battle with this team 100 out of 100 times. And so I'm hoping to go in that locker room tonight and see a lot of smiles after the game and get ready for a big game on Monday, hopefully.
Kiana Adams, Sydney Minton, Ava Rogers, Daisy Parks, Ava Sheets, Aubrey Zabo. I'm going to leave some people off here. I'm doing this from memory. We mentioned Minton. Who else on the team?
We got Lacey Gobble.
Lacey Gobble.
We've got a couple 7th graders I got the joy to bring up this past week to play a little varsity minutes, and they got in that first game against Liberty Bell. That was Aubrey Street and Mackenzie Perkins. We've got Maddie Schumann. We've got Maddie Barnett. We've got Kylie Ridebeck. Callie, sorry. But I really feel like that they've bought in since day one, and now it's at crunch time. And again, I feel like that we're in a good spot right now. I mean, I think that a sectional berth after last night's win is big for this team. I think after last year, this team didn't know what to expect after a loss, and I think it kind of took us for a tumble there in that 10-day stretch. But I really feel like that now they've got their wheels back on, and I feel like we're moving. I can't predict what tonight's going to look like, but I think that we're not going to have a game like we had in their building against them last time. Might have been one of the lowest points we've had this season, but I feel like we're battle tested now, and I think that the team we played last night was hungry. The only 2 losses Sullivan Heights has had since about second week of December has been us both times, and last night we had to claw for every inch of it. And Severe's on their home floor, like you said, so I think they're hungry. I think their boys and girls are both in the championship, so I'm sure that house is going to be a little crazy tonight. So the girls need to know what to expect and need to be ready to play. But I got confidence in them. I really do.
It's like David and Goliath, because if you look at the enrollment, we always got to tell you that they're up. T.A. Duggar's the smallest school in the league, bar none. You're up against John Sevier Middle, Robinson Middle, Vance Middle up in Bristol, Greenville Middle. Sullivan Heights feeds into Westridge, which is one of the big schools. So from an enrollment size, T.A. Duggar is a little guy. It's the David and Goliath because they're the smallest team enrollment-wise in the school, I should say in the conference, and yet that doesn't bother us. We come on, here we go, right?
I think that's something that should motivate them because we don't have that pool of kids that a lot of these places have. But we got them Carter County kids, and that I think means a little bit more here. I think that these girls buy in, not just to me and Fox and Kinsey, but I think they buy into loving basketball, and I think that that's important.
I think it is too. All right, you a football guy?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I need your take. Chiefs or Ravens? Who do you like and why?
Oh, I would like to see the Ravens in it. For no reason other than I like to see a little chaos, and I think that would be something that kind of wrecked the predictions, because I think the Chiefs are a little down this year. I think that they don't have that premier wide receiver other than really Kelsey, but I think that I'd like to just see maybe a Ravens Lions Super Bowl, see how that looks. I like Dan Campbell. I'd like to see Dan Campbell in there. I feel like he could run through a wall for his team. So
there you go. Lastly, before I let you go, get Darrell Willox. Hello, Darrell Willox. How you doing, sir? Are you surprised that Harbaugh left to go to the Chargers?
Oh no, I think money talks. And I also think that he got to the Mecca this year, and I think that there's going to be very few and far between coaches that are Nick Saban. So I feel like that Kirby Smart's probably closest person to him, but I feel like that the days of somebody dominating college football for the whole year is gone, or for multiple years is almost gone, just because the transfer portal, NIL. And so I think that what you're going to run into is you're going to see a lot of these big name coaches go to the NFL level, because, I mean, as far as I'm aware of, I was talking about it this morning, has there been a college coach that has ever won the Super Bowl as well, that's won a college national championship and a Super Bowl? He could put himself in a pretty good position.
It's a really good question.
I think the Chargers got the commodities to do it. I mean, I think having Justin Herbert's a nice piece, and I don't think the Austin Eckler you saw this year will be what you get next year. So I think he's got himself in a pretty good position.
It's a great question. Has there ever been a coach that's won both a national championship in college and a Super Bowl? I don't know that. I don't think there has been. It's a great question.
Not that I thought of this morning, but might have been before my time. 88 or before, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute. Now you're telling something. No, he's Googling over there. Our pastor's Googling it to see if in fact there is. I'll see. Get you something to eat, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming by and promoting these kids. And, Alex was a stud basketball player at Hampton. Jimmy Johnson won both, says Jason Blevins, one of our sponsors. And maybe Barry Switzer.
Okay.
Wow.
I stand corrected.
See, that's when you have all these guys smarter than me watching the show, listening to the show, I'm just sitting here just riding the rails. So.
I'm just a Hampton boy. My education probably ain't the highest, old buddy. I mean, I'm an emotional support animal for these girls, but I do want to encourage everybody. If you ain't got nothing to do tonight, come out to John Sevier. Give these girls the recognition they deserve. We got a really good group of 8th graders that I got the privilege of joining the program last year and being a part of their journey. They gave everything they had to me last year, and we finished 22-0 in JV. And seeing the excitement on their face last night after a big win was huge for me. I mean, it got my adrenaline going, and I really encourage you, if you ain't got nothing, come out tonight. Give a Ryan, Daisy, Sydney, Lacey, Maddie Schumann, Maddie Barnett, Callie Ridebeck. Give these 8th grader girls, Ava Rogers, Ava Sheets, a real good district send-off, because I really feel like this team could do something special. And we got the girls, we got the coaches, and we got the support from the community to do this.
So you're 39-4 in 2 years, this 8th grade bunch.
Yeah.
22-0 and 17-4 to make it 39-4. My West Virginia Ciphering.
That's exactly
right. I take
right.
my boots off, so
yes, sir.
That's pretty impressive, sir.
You are correct, and all 4 came within a 10-day span in 2 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All 4 came in 10 days.
See you over there tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Go Cyclones.
Yes,
Get
sir.
you something to eat. Quick break. We'll be right back. We go from basketball to maybe barbecued crickets. Next on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Why Daniel Grindstaff?
Well, we are local. You know, it's just like Cannon's Furniture here. You've got a local place of business right in the middle of town. You've got a local point of contact. We have local adjusters that's out in the counties. And, you can pick up the phone if you've got an issue with something. We try to help folks resolve it. And, we are based in the state of Tennessee. We are Tennessee specific. We've got a $30 annual membership that goes to agriculture in Tennessee. It supports kids wanting to go to 4-H camp. We do a a local scholarship for all the area high schools for kids that's been involved in agriculture that's going to go and get education past high school. And all that stuff plays a part into supporting the state where you live. You know, we are state specific. Now there's North Carolina Farm Bureau, you know, that is separate from us. Mm-hmm. Kentucky Farm Bureau, we are state specific in the state of Tennessee. And you know, but that is, in my opinion, that's the biggest thing. You've got a point of contact.
How do we get a hold of you? Social media,
sir.
And a phone number.
Yeah, so I've got an agent page, Daniel Grindstaff Farm Bureau. We've got an office page, Elizabethton Farm Bureau, 423-543-2288. And I would like to add that we did get voted as best insurance firm, and thank the people that voted for us doing that. And somehow I wound up getting the agent category, which I greatly appreciate. It means a lot to me when folks, you know, feel inclined to do that, especially for our office.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel Grindstaff here, the Farm Bureau, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Daniel Grindstaff at Elizabethton Farm Bureau. Back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show, look who stopped by, our pastor. Oh, he can shuck the corn.
I don't know about all that.
Now, just let me brag on you. I know you don't have to just let me brag on you, because if you want to hear somebody that'll speak the truth straight out of God's Word, you need to get on. We'll let him promote his podcast here in a minute, but just the Wednesday night service last night was good too, but last Wednesday night about the heart, you talking about powerful, good stuff. So we're privileged to sit under his teaching. And so, hello, Coach President, hello to Melinda Egoff, Krista Britt, Jason Blevins says Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and you also said Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll. I Google helped me out just a little bit. I can't say I had that walking around knowledge.
Yeah.
But
So the question was earlier, how many coaches have won both a national championship in the NCAA and a Super Bowl? And you got 3. Pete Carroll, I guess he did it at Southern Cal. He did. And then Switzer did it, I guess, in Oklahoma.
I guess Oklahoma.
And Jimmy Johnson probably did it in Miami, I guess.
I think so. That would be the only. I think he just coached Miami in college, but.
Yep. So let's morph right into that. AFC, Chiefs, Ravens. Who do you like?
I guess I'll pick Chiefs. I don't really know why, but you know, I'm almost like them. Some of them ladies filling out their bracket. Which mascot do you like better? Because I don't keep up a close eye on the NFL. But
when it comes to March Madness, I always pick 3 brackets. I actually do one legitimately. Then I'll pick one on colors.
Yep.
They're wearing blue, and they're wearing brown. I'm going to take the blue team. And then the last one I always pick is on mascots.
Yes.
And so a Raven and a Chief. If you do it that way, what do you think?
Well, I think I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't know.
All right. Then on the other side, you got 49ers. I don't know what that is. I guess it's a guy mines for gold.
I guess he's digging for gold.
And a Lion. So what do you think there?
Well, I'm going to pick the Lions just for the fun of it, because I hate to say it, they've never been good, and when they finally get good, you kind of cheer for them.
Absolutely.
Although I don't know if we could handle the world if the Detroit Lions are good and Michigan wins. I've got a few of the Michiganers down here in our church, and they already got me one of them blue and gold ties. I wore it the other Sunday, but I told them it was for ETSU, not Michigan.
I walked by him Sunday. I said, "You guys like anybody in Columbus? You like the Buckeyes?" He looked at me. What's his first name?
Kyle.
Kyle. He looked at me like, "Why would you say mean things to me in church?" They bleed maize and blue. So, are you okay with Harbaugh going to the Chargers?
I'm glad.
Well, see, nobody's talking, but the NCAA's been after. Man, the guy set out 6 games this year, so I'm thinking he's one step ahead of the posse, because there may be some stuff coming down on Michigan as far as, don't know this, but they are in investigation twice now. They're under investigation by the NCAA for different things. So he may have got out ahead of the,
I can't figure out if they were dumb or arrogant. Like, you're going to go steal signs. At least you could do is not wear your team colors. I mean, like,
And he said he didn't know anything about it.
Oh, come on now.
Now, the guy's he's in the payroll of the athletic department of Michigan. How do you not know? And then if you get all these signs, where do they come from? Well, Mark and Tom went out to the ball game, got them signs. We paid them a little bit of money to do that. Oh, okay. He had to have known something about this. Everybody says, well, these athletic departments, these big universities are big, and you don't know what else is going on. I get that, but this guy's on payroll to go steal signs.
Well,
somebody knew.
if you're telling me when they set up in this thing and do this sign, they're going to run this play, I have to ask you how you're going to know that.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, like, so you want me to call defense X and run this stunt blitz or whatever. How do you know that?
Amen.
So,
Tennessee basketball on the road at Vanderbilt Saturday. What do you think?
We'll win 25.
Okay. Back home against South Carolina on next Tuesday. The next Saturday they go to Lexington, I think it is, or they come to they go to Lexington Rupp Arena next Saturday week. So
I think you're on a stretch. I think that game the other day was at Mississippi State or whatever. Was that the one we lost to Mississippi State or was it? And I think you're
down
on.
there, yes.
I think it was a good little wake up call that you just don't go through the motions. I mean, coaches preach that, but at the end of the day, these are still kids too, 18, 19, 20-year-old. I mean, I know we got a few older ones, but you just don't go through the motions at that level. And so I think we're on a little run where we'll win some ball games.
Bryce Van Huss will join us tomorrow, the manager of the Tennessee men's team. He's now giving us a scouting report because he's in on the scouting report. He helps put together the film and the scouting reports of each team the Vols play. It's part of his job duty. So we'll get a real good in-depth look at Vanderbilt as we did the Georgia Bulldogs. And, gosh, who did play last Saturday? They're all running together.
Running together for me too. So
who did Tennessee play last Saturday? So
Alabama, we beat them by 25, 20
20
or 25, yeah.
Thank you. So
Nate Oates said it's the first time in a long time we just got out-manhandled.
Yeah. Connect can play, Kenny.
Connect can play, and Meshach's offensive ability has gone up, and then you watch the development of Adu offensively. You kids that that you were out there just for defensive purposes, and now they're an offensive threat, and you're like, hold on,
We're live here again at Port Travis Deli. Hello, Jonathan Morton. Hello, Coach Preston's watching now. Melinda Egoff, our great JV girls basketball coach at Elizabethton. That they've won, let me think here, 2 in a row and 3 of the last 5. So playing with only 6 girls, they're getting it together, and that's exciting. We'll be with them tomorrow night down at Crockett, down at Jonesboro. Tell us about your podcast, sir.
Well, one of the burdens that I had the last little bit is, I grew up in the South and a lot of great preaching. But I realize a lot of times people, for Christianity, it's cultural. And one of the burdens I had was to try to help people make application in every aspect of their life. The church or the Bible is not just something relegated to an hour or one sphere. And so I just took a principle and we try to apply it to our relationship with the Lord, which is the most important, then our relationship with our spouse. And I know not everybody listening is married, but it is still the foundational principle of relationship for society. And then our relationship with our children. And sometimes that's grandchildren, nieces, nephews. And then our relationship we have with Christian brethren and the church. And then our relationship with the world, or what we call world evangelism, the community. And those are the relationships that really, if we say we're a child of God and we're to live by the Word of God, that it should make a difference in how we conduct every area of our life. And so that's kind of the emphasis. I just called it Truth Talks, and it's now on all the platforms. We have one introductory one out last week that just explains kind of what I explained to you in a little more detail. And then we had the first one last week that talks about loving, and loving in action and service and what that looks like. And so we'll try to give you some application. We got one coming out, I believe, next week on meditation, and I think the next week we're going to do something on the idea of giving and time and talent and treasure. And so just those principles and how they relate to all of life.
And so where do we find those at?
On like the podcast platforms, like
That's
on
it.
Apple and Podbeam and all those different avenues. And you can go to the Facebook right now and find the introductory clips, and it can lead you there.
Yep. Good stuff.
So they tell me anywhere you would find a podcast.
We ran one of your sermons one of the nights when I was home, snowbound, icebound, whatever. And so I went back and pulled up one of your sermons and had over 900 views.
I had somebody at the ball game the other night said, "Did y'all have church real late the other night?" I'm
That's us.
I said, "Well, sometimes Tom replays one of the sermons." I said, "That doesn't mean we were meeting at 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night." But
trying to find which one it was here because it, oh gosh, was the Mind of Christ? I can't remember.
The Mind of Christ, Philippians 2 is right there. I don't know.
Anyway, I played one of those. Mind of Christ, the love of God, maybe. Faithful men and women, that don't sound right. But anyway, we played one of them, had 900 views. So periodically we're going to drop them in and let him take off and go. Those are recorded. Actually, it was last year, so it was a Valentine's theme. It had something to do with love. So
That might have been that one on Love of God,
Love of
Romans
God.
8.
Yep. So anyway, don't be surprised you'll see more of those because we've got them in the hopper, and we'll get Stephen to give me some more, and we'll keep putting them out there for let people to see. Now, barbecued crickets. We talked about this last week at Big John's Closeouts, of course, or maybe it's 2 weeks ago, and I was taken back by the fact that at one point at a previous church, I think is what you told me, there was barbecued
No,
crickets.
we had them here. One
they
of the
were
guys
here?
I
Oh.
think they were barbecue and not French onion, but
French onion
I
crickets?
can't remember. There was another flavor. Had about 3 flavors, and my wife told me this morning. I think we remember who did it. And I got to call him, make sure he's going to bring some, because if he don't, we've talked about these crickets all over town. You'll be disappointed.
We're at a Poor Trav's Deli. We're talking about French onion crickets and barbecued crickets.
They were ranch. I think that's what they were. Ranch and
French
barbecue.
onion and
I
barbecue.
don't remember the third flavor, but it was interesting. You try a little bit of them.
I'm not touching them. So
They say you can put anything in an air fryer and it's pretty good.
You also talked last week at Big John's, or 2 weeks ago, about somebody brought possum.
Yeah, Dylan Sanders, a guy I know 25, 30 years ago, he found a possum, I think, that had been hit or just killed, and he skinned that thing out and brought it to the wild game dinner, and the little feet sticking up like this right here, and put it on a little platter. I thought the pastor was going to kill him, and you'd have to know the pastor. Pastor Sexton is pretty tight anyway, and he didn't think it was funny, but you know, I still remember Dylan, old Dylan.
Oh, Dylan Sanders brought a possum, a skinned possum. Did people actually eat it?
I don't know. I hope it was more for table decorations than it was for consumption. But it was interesting. I don't know if people ate it. I know one person that didn't. Let's just say that.
That was Mark
I can
Fowler.
only speak for myself.
That's it. Pastor Fowler said, nah.
No, I at that point in my life, I barely ate anything besides chicken nuggets. I definitely ain't gonna, you know.
We're going to be giving away a shotgun on Saturday night at the church, a Barnett crossbow, and a
Blackstone grill.
Blackstone grill. It's the wild game dinner Saturday night at Pleasant Beach, and come one, come all. And it starts at
6 o'clock.
Yep.
And you can come even if you haven't necessarily registered, pre-registered. You can come, and on the way in, they'll give you a ticket to have a chance to win the door prizes. Those are the 3 big door prizes. Now we got lots of them. Like there's a gift card to one of our local restaurants, and there's a case knife somebody gave me, and I got hats, and I mean there's all kinds of knives and stuff that we'll be giving away. Lots and lots of things. Those are the 3 big ones, and it doesn't cost anything to attend. There's no cost. The meal's free. All the prizes are free, and so we just want you to come, and even if you don't know anybody, you just show up, and we'll have a seat for you, have food, and if you want to bring something to eat, we hope it's edible. And if you're not real brave, we are going to have mashed potatoes, green beans, and corn.
Amen.
And some desserts. And so if you're not real brave, you can always live a day on that, I think.
Yep. So you're probably going to have, I would assume, some bear and deer.
We'll have bear, deer, and they're always used to that. One year I think we had elk and bobcat, crawfish etouffee, that soup, and that's pretty good. And we'll have a cube steak and gravy, venison steak. I know some people making that, and then we'll have some fish, and you know, I mean, there's some normal stuff, and we'll probably have some ham and chicken too, if you really want to know the truth. But we'll have enough of that other stuff that you'll enjoy that. Bear roast.
Bear roast.
You ever had a bear roast?
No. You ever had bear?
Oh yeah.
How's it? What's it? Is it?
I don't know. It's just one of these things that just take a little bit of each of them.
Right.
Try it a little bit.
I mean, does it taste like chicken or turkey or deer? Or what's bear take? Somebody told me it was greasy.
It's like everything else. It depends on how it's fixed.
Yeah.
Now we'll have some brisket, and we'll have we'll have some good stuff. I mean, it's not all weird stuff, but we'll have a little bit of that weird stuff if you're brave enough to try it.
Oh yeah. Plus, we have a message from Pastor Cody
Brother Cody
Sturgill.
Sturgill from up in Chilhowie, Virginia.
Yeah.
And a good friend of ours, and he's a good guy. And, he does a great job, and they have a good, strong church there. But he's a hunter and fisherman, and just a good guy. He's got goats and dogs, and we call him the goat farmer. One time he had 50 goats. I don't know if he's still got all them goats.
Hello, Michael Stansberry. How you doing, sir? We're live here again at Poor Trav's Deli. So before I let you go, you kind of laid out the plan for the year for our church. There's a lot of stuff going on for young people this year. Tell me about it.
There is. One of the big things that I believe is you gain ground. And most people make life-altering decisions in their young years. Mm-hmm. I'm still reaping of some decisions I made as a teenager. And so we've got a youth camp that we'll go to in June. Of course, we start with Bible school the first full week in June. As soon as school's out, we'll start with big Bible school, and we have a youth rally involved in that. And then we'll move then into teen camp, and I believe that's the third week in June. And then we have a junior camp, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, going to the wilds over in North Carolina. And then we'll have a mission trip. We're going to Honduras and taking some teens down there, and then we have a youth rally in August. That's all in the summertime. Now we back up. We're doing a couple things this month, like we're going to a youth rally over at Buffalo Ridge in February, and so I just believe you ought to expose young people to the Word of God. We had a young person saved last night. We had Wednesday night, and I've been sick. Brother Stephen preached for us last night. I was there, but we had a couple people join the church last night, and had a young person saved in the youth room, and so we're just out doing everything we can. Of course, then every week we have master clubs, and they have their regional competition for the older elementary, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and so just trying to do everything we can. Everything. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and look, I know we're in the Bible Belt, and I know we're in a little bit of a sense of isolated to the big pressures of the world, but everything is against spiritual Bible Christianity. Everything's coming at these young people. So we have so much ground to gain that is, and so I just feel like if you're going to do something, you have to do it now. And so we're working at it. You don't reach them all, but you can reach some, and the Lord's doing a great work, and I believe that. I got saved when I was 14, surrendered to preach when I was 16, made some spiritual decisions that really shaped my life at that age, and I believe that's part of what God has called me to do as a pastor. Is I grew up in a small town in East Tennessee. I grew up in Jacksboro, Tennessee, and some people around here know Jellicoe because of sports, but Jellicoe was kind of like our Rome Mountain. That was our mountain school, and we were in the same county, and as I left there, the Lord allowed me to go do different things. One of my burdens is to come back to a small town and let them see the work of God, especially young people, and challenge them to give their life to the Lord. That doesn't mean everybody's supposed to be a preacher, but everybody has the responsibility to know the Lord and serve the Lord.
Here you go. And we do it at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church a lot. So like last Sunday, we had a 2 o'clock service, which was pretty cool. I thought it was kind of neat.
We did have 2 o'clock service because of the snow, and
had a good crowd.
Good crowd. You never know what you're going to get, but we ended up with a good crowd, and looking forward to it. And hopefully Sunday we'll be back on our regular schedule. We were last night, and like I said, had a great group, and just thank the Lord for His goodness in our life, and really looking forward to Saturday night. So we'd encourage all you men to come. You don't have to be a part of our church. You maybe don't go to any church, but you're welcome, and we'll have lots of visitors, and looking forward to just a great time together and around the Word of the Lord. And of course, these wild game dinner makes it a little interesting. You never know give you a chance to do something a little unusual. And you say, well, I'm not into that. Well, then eat you a piece of apple pie and a roll and get you something on the way home.
Yeah, mashed potatoes and green beans.
Yeah, you can
come
make
on
it.
out.
Come on out. You'll have a good time.
It's going to be in the Bobby
G. Stout Heritage Center, and we name, of course, after Pastor Stout. And he faithfully pastored our church for more than 43 years, and we appreciate him and his faithfulness and his love for this community and the Lord. So, and we're glad to be able to do that.
Did you take a piece of the red carpet that he stood on, and did you all cut?
We do have that red carpet.
Yeah, the little square behind the podium, the pulpit rather. I thought that was really neat. So you cut that red square out and
did something nice for him with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. 43 years he stood there. So you've been standing there, what, 10?
11, I think.
11?
I think it's 11. I think I came in 2000. I don't know.
Nah, you're just having a good time.
I think I've been there 11.
Yeah, but anyway, it's been good.
Let me think of a minute. I think I came. I don't know what year I came.
Didn't mean to throw you there. So 10, 11 years.
I've been there 11 years. I think October will be 12. I think that's right.
All right. So he's clicking them off too. That's good.
I've been there long enough that I don't remember when I got there.
That's it. Skin possum, French onion crickets. Mashed potatoes, green beans, whatever. Come one,
Whatever.
come all. Yeah.
I think I'll stick with the cube steak and gravy.
I
and
think it'd be so.
maybe a little ham and.
You could bring me a plate because I got to do the ball game. We're doing a game Saturday night, so you could save me a plate.
Well, I'm sure.
On second thought,
I'm not sure you want me to fix you a plate and bring it to you. The only thing is, if I fix you a plate, you have to commit to eat whatever I bring you live on the air.
Negatory.
I think we could raise money for something just to watch you eat that live on the air.
Negatory, not happening. So. But somebody's going to a shotgun and a Barnett crossbow and a Blackstone grill.
And all you got to do is show up.
Got to show up. So there they are, folks. Here's the Wild Game dinner ticket. But just show up 6 o'clock this coming Saturday evening at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church on Watauga Road.
And you don't have to have a ticket, but just show up.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yep. Quick break. We'll be right back. Ivan's in the house. We're going to put him to work talking sports next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're Travis Dudley, one of our great sponsors here, the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And the late John Ward says it's football time in Tennessee on a Friday night. Come through here and grab some sandwiches on the way to the game. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a call about 10, 15 minutes ahead. Tell us what you want. We'll have it in a bag ready for you. Get right to the game, park it, get you a good seat, start eating.
There you go. What would you recommend out of all these blank and cheese sandwiches? Which one do you like?
Gosh, man, so many good choices. I'm a roast beef guy. That's what I eat mostly myself. It's my personal favorite. Ham and cheese, of course, is the most popular. Reuben is the home run, man. Everybody loves the Reuben. Somebody wants something different, that's what I always try to promote. I tell them to try that. Chicken salad's been selling real well here lately. I like spicy onions on my chicken salad. It seems counterintuitive, but I like it that way. Pretty much everything's been moving real good. Business has been great. Flavors are all right.
Yep. 543-6128 is the number to call. Tell us about the salads.
Salad's a big fistful of lettuce. We'll put it in the tray for you. And it's a chef salad has meat, and then just a regular house salad doesn't have any meat. I like ham in my chef salad. And then we put tomatoes and croutons and shredded cheese, spicy onions, and your choice of honey mustard, Thousand Island, Italian, or ranch dressing.
Then you've got the poor boy sub and the little poor boy sub. Tell me about those.
Cold cut sandwich. It's got bologna, salami, ham, and cheese on it. Served cold, of course. Mayonnaise and spicy onions are pretty popular on the cold cuts. Everybody likes them onions on it.
Getting ready to start up the Poor Travs Deli Player of the Game. Every game we'll be picking a player of the game, get a free sandwich from Poor Travs, and they love coming down and getting these sandwiches, don't they?
Yeah, and it gives us an opportunity to meet the athletes that are playing games and stuff growing up. Get to see these kids grow up. It's neat.
Yep.
Yep, we like it.
Absolutely. Hours are open?
We're open 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday.
543-6128 is the number to call. And again, right here at Poor Travs and Elizabethton, and one of our great sponsors, my buddy Richard Oakes of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Yep, there he is, back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live here again at Poor Travs Deli. 543-6128, the number to call. They ain't got crickets. They got ham and cheese, got turkey and cheese, the Mad Italian. Oh, man, you talking about good. Ham and turkey. You got corned beef and cheese, Reuben and cheese, pastrami and cheese, steak and cheese, roast beef, and you know what, cheese, pepperoni and cheese, the meatball sub, out of this world good. It's all good. Again, at Poor Travs Deli, 543-6128 is the number to call. Hello, Carl and the boys out working today. We've got Tia Duggar Conference Tournament Championship basketball tonight. We're streaming it from John Sevier Middle School. 6:15 airtime, 6:30 tip-off. It'll be John Sevier, the number 3 seed, and the Tia Duggar Lady Cyclones, the number 1 seed, playing for the tournament championship. It's going to be exciting. We'll bring it to you again tonight starting at 6:15 from John Sevier Middle School. All right, where do we start? Jim Harbaugh leaves to go to the Chargers. What do you think?
I think a lot of people expected that to happen. It's been talked about for a long time. And to be honest with you, I think that Harbaugh knew that it would probably be his best interest to leave Michigan with everything going on there and get a new start. I did see earlier on where Michigan is trying to offer him the most money that any college football coach has ever received to stay. But I think Harbaugh's pretty much made up his mind that he's going to the NFL and coach the Chargers.
Are they in trouble, Michigan?
I think they might be on the verge of some trouble, some probation and loss of scholarships and things like that coming up. Just they've just been in the spotlight for too long, and when you're like that, the eye's always on you, and the NCAA's probably got some deep investigations into what's been going on there.
One step ahead of the posse, maybe.
Probably so.
Yeah, he's been suspended twice, so
Sure.
I wish him well. He's been a success everywhere he's been. He's a success with the 49ers in the NFL, so the goal is him to turn the Chargers around. I'm going to guess they're going to give him probably 1 or maybe 2 years. You know, I don't think they expect overnight success. You know, it's virtually a dumpster fire for the Chargers. It's going to take a while to get it turned around, but so I think he's okay for a year or two.
I think yes too. I think that going there and install his program how he wants it to be, get his coaches in line, and just start running the offense and defenses that he wants to run to be successful there. The head coach is only as successful as the assistant coaches he brings in with him. A lot of people don't believe that, but I think that if you look at every successful program, take Alabama for example, Nick Saban always surrounded himself with the best assistants, and that's what you got to do. You got to find those guys that's going to help you get the message across to your team.
Ravens or Chiefs? Who do you like? AFC.
The Chiefs have been there and done that the last 2 or 3 years. Mahomes' experience in those type of playoff games is huge, but for what I've seen in the Ravens this year, it seems like Lamar Jackson's determined that he's going to make it to the Super Bowl and try to win it. So it's going to be tough. They're playing in Baltimore. That's a tough place to play up there. Those fans get into it. They got a marching band like a high school band up there, and it's just a crazy environment in Baltimore, and they've got some great athletes up there. So I think that the defensive unit from Baltimore is stout, and I think that maybe Mahomes and them might be in trouble.
The Ravens got the number 1 defense in the National Football League. So, Mahomes is Mahomes. I don't think he has many receivers he normally has in the past. Kelsey's a big one. The other guy, I can't remember his name. The wideout's been pretty speedy for the Chiefs. Got some touchdowns, but again, I don't think they have the receiving core they once had. So, you look at this. I just go back to maintain this all-time defense and win your championships. And whether it's football or basketball, teams that can play the defense, shut the other team down, is the one that's going to win. The Ravens' defense is stout.
They are, and it may come down to if the Chiefs can establish a running game with Pacheco to kind of open it up for Mahomes to do his thing. If that happens, the Chiefs might have a chance to win that ball game. But they're going to have to get some yards on the ground to give Mahomes some opportunities through the air.
So you're taking the Ravens or the Chiefs?
I'm going to go with Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to get them.
I do too. I think the Ravens will beat them. So, and Lamar Jackson, he is a obviously dual threat quarterback. He can throw it. He can obviously run it. Had 100 yards the other night against a pretty good defense. The Texans may not be the likes of the Chiefs, but still, he ran the ball. And then, on the other side of the coin in the Lions-49ers game, the Lions defense very stout too. They've not allowed a running back all year long to get more than 70 yards in a game. So, we'll see what McCaffrey can do against the Lions defense. Who do you like there?
Kind of like Pastor. I like to see Pastor Marker. I like to see the Lions pull it out just simply because that, it's been a while before they've had the type of success. San Francisco's always been the team that's everybody's talked about from the first of the year that San Francisco is going to win it all this year. I think if Detroit goes in there, and I think if the quarterback has a good game throwing the football, they've got the Thunder and Lightning running back attack coming with Detroit's running backs, David Montgomery and the kid from Alabama. It's kind of their Thunder and Lightning attack, and I like that. And then they can throw the football. They got some really good receivers. So I think that Detroit might be able to pull an upset on the road. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But San Francisco is San Francisco, and we'll just have to see what Purdy does and what kind of game he has.
Interesting storyline. Jared Goff, in the year he got drafted in the NFL, was the number 1 draft pick, and Brock Purdy was the last draft pick that year. What a success story with Brock Purdy. And I understand he's a devoted Christian, which I think is really cool. Hello, Bobby Collins. Thanks for watching. That's a new name. Hello, Bobby. How you doing, sir?
He definitely isn't making the money that most of the quarterbacks in the NFL is. He's only making $850,000 a year. So I mean, I think he's earned respect. I think he's earned an increase in pay based upon his performance. But the question is, this is a whole different level. Can he do what's do enough to lift them over the lines to be able to go to the Super Bowl.
Talk some high school basketball coming up in a moment. What about Tennessee's men's team on the road at Vanderbilt Saturday? I'm like Pastor, got something going good. What do you think down in Knoxville?
Well, I mean, Tennessee basketball right now is playing really well after that Mississippi State loss. I think they're starting to get more people involved. That's always huge. They're bringing a lot more bodies off the bench. I think that they're at least a 20, 25-point favorite, if not better, at Vanderbilt. Now, the question is, the Vanderbilt game is not the one that I'm really concerned about. It's the following game with South Carolina, who beat Kentucky.
Like a drum
the other night. And so Tennessee, hopefully, they don't look past Vanderbilt looking to South Carolina. Hopefully they'll go and take care of business and then get ready for South Carolina, because Gamecocks would love nothing better than beat Tennessee in any kind of sport. It doesn't mean even if it's possum catching, they'd want to beat Tennessee. So
they've got South Carolina in Knoxville next week, so that'll be a big one. But again, Vanderbilt on the road Saturday, again in Nashville. Hello, Cody and Kim Meadows. Thanks for watching. And Travis Hill, we're live here at Poor Trav's Deli, 543-6128. When you get a sandwich here, number one, it doesn't break the billfold. There's some pricier places around. It's not here. These guys, you can get for example, a cold sub. We'll talk high school hoops coming up next. You can get a cold sub here, a 12-inch sub, loaded for $6.49. There's no way you can go to Food City, where we will be tomorrow, and get the bread, the meat, the mayonnaise, whatever you put on it. There's no way you can go get that for $6.49 and make it and beat that price. The little poor boy sub, the 6-inch sub for $5.19. Bologna, salami, ham, cheese, mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, tomato, spicy onions. Get all that on the sandwich. Ain't no way you can go to Food City and get that and beat that price. That's an everyday price. A 12-inch sub for $6.49 here at Poor Trav. That's a cold sub. The hot sandwiches up top, you can get that. Everything comes with cheese. Your choice. So there's 3 different cheeses to choose from. Ham or turkey or corned beef or Reuben. Which one you like?
I'm telling you what, you can't beat the Reuben.
Like the Reuben?
Good, yes.
The Reuben and cheese, pastrami and cheese steak, roast beef. Love the roast beef. Meatball sub, the pepperoni and cheese sandwich. If you just want a BLT, they got that. If you just want a cheese sandwich, a grilled cheese sandwich, you got that for less than $5. Hello, JoJo Bradley. How you doing, sir? And they loaded up. They very much loaded up. So, Poor Trav's Deli, 543-6128. You can sit in here and eat right behind us here at the tables. Got the soda fountain behind us. We get your drinks, all your Pepsi drinks. You got, we go through this all the time. Bugles, Wise, Cape Cod, Tom's brand, Lance's, Doritos, Cheetos, Lay's, Funyuns. Even got Cracker Jacks in here if you want Cracker Jacks. You got about 10 or 12 different types of potato chips companies represented. Then you got 10 cases over here full. Mountain Dew, Pepsi products, Coca-Cola products, energy drinks. Got it all. Bottled water, Dr. Enough. So get all you need and come in here and either get it to go or sit down and enjoy it with us. Either way you can do it, and we would love for you to come by and sit down and eat, or call and come in. A lot of folks are in here picking them up and heading back out the door at 543-6128 is the number to call. High school basketball, what do you think? What's going on right now in the hoops?
Well, Clallan girls locally is still undefeated on the season, having a great season up on Rome Mountain. I covered Unaka girls and guys the other night, and I was really impressed with how that the girls team, they went on the road, I think it was December the 1st, down to Cosby, and they got beat down there pretty bad by 32 points, I believe it was. They come up here the other night, and they won by 9. So Kenneth Chambers has got the girls up there on track. The boys' game was very exciting, really well played, back and forth. Saw where the Lady Cyclones beat Tennessee High, which was a big win for the Lady Cyclones. And so, they're starting to get their feet under them. Like you said, they're very short-handed this year, but playing pretty well. The boys, they're competitive. They're going to go out and give it their all, night in, night out. Happy Valley, they're still struggling some. They're picking up a win here and there, both on the boys and girls program. And the Hampton the other night went 3 overtimes with South Green, which was a dandy. Only losing, I think it was by 2 points in 3 overtimes. 92-90,
yep.
So, basketball in Carter County, there's some good games out there, and just want to encourage fans to come out and support these kids. They're out there playing their hearts out every night, and you know, right now, and we've talked 100 times about it, it's really not what you're doing here in the regular season, which is a glorified scrimmages, but it's what you do when you get to tournament time. So some of these teams are starting to show some maturity and starting to grow and playing really well, and it could be interesting come tournament time what happens with these teams.
Highest ranked team right now in Northeast Tennessee, boys or girls, are the Cloudland ladies. They're third in the state in single A, and so we've got, don't have it in front of me, and we'll do it by memory. Unicoi County's guys are ranked. Morristown East boys are ranked. University High's boys are ranked. On the girls' side, Crockett's girls are 5th in the state. We'll see them tomorrow night down in Jonesboro. Cloudland, number 3 in the state. North Green's girls are ranked. Hope I'm not leaving somebody off. I'm doing this off the top of my head, but it's pretty exciting stuff. And again, you look at Elizabethton's girls are growing up in front of us. Had a lot of injuries. Riley Whitson went out early, so they hope to have her back at some point soon. So they're slugging it out with them. Tomorrow night they'll face a team that's ranked in the state again. 5th ranked team in the state, the Crockett Lady Pioneers, so should be a good one. Tonight's going to be a good one. Tia Duggar and Johnson Middle School girls for the tournament championship at Severe's. You know the place is going to be rocking tonight.
Yeah, it will be. Coach Matt Fox up there at Tia Duggar does just a fantastic job with that girls program, has for the last few years, and it's just good to see that the feeder programs for Elizabethton High School is really excelling and performing at a high level. And, you know, it's been these two teams for the last few years playing, I believe, for the championship. Severe's always got a very good girls middle school team over there in Keensport. So I think the gym will be rocking. I think the girls will be ready to go, and hopefully the junior Lady Cyclones can come home victorious in that. And I guess from there they advance to the region, don't they?
They do. They sure do. So they're going to be playing somewhere next week in the sectional. I think they call it the regional. So,
yep.
In boys basketball, Unicoi County 8th ranked in the state. In 2A basketball, South Green number 6 in the state. And single A basketball, the University High Junior Bucks, we'll have him on next week. Coach Rice joined us. They are 6th in the state. For the girls, you have from our region Crockett number 5 in the state in 3A. And 1A basketball, you have Cloudland number 3 and North Green at number 7. So we do have some representation. Last night, Dobbins Minutes girls beat Science Hill by 27, 69-42. East girls get a big win. They win by 12 over Union, Virginia for Kara Stafford's Lady Patriots. On the boys' side, 2 games. Science Hill beats Dobbins Minute 54-48. DB now, they're in the bottom of the league, which is very uncharacteristic for DB.
Yes, very.
Science Hill beat them by 6 in Kingsport. Then East guys win by 13 last night over Union. So only 2 games last night around the region. Tonight, North Green and University High, CAK at Providence Academy, and Volunteer the Falcons will be in Greenville to battle the Greenville Green Devils. Tomorrow night, big night, you have Science Hill at Westridge, Dobbins Minute at Daniel Boone, Elizabethton at Crockett. We told you about that. Tennessee High will be Unicoi County, big game there. Hampton plays at Happy Valley tomorrow night. That's been a backyard slobber knocker, won't it?
Yeah, it will be.
Oh, yeah.
Those two teams always go at it when they play each other, no matter what sport.
Oak Hill, Virginia will be at Sullivan East tomorrow night. Chucky Doak at Johnson County. Granger plays at Volunteer. Unaka, the Rangers will be at Cloudland. There's another backyard tussle.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Cherokee at Claiborne. West Green at South Green. And Grace Christian out of Knoxville plays at Providence Academy. So a lot of basketball tomorrow night. Not much going on tonight, as we said, 3 games, but a full slate tomorrow night. A lot of folks are playing catch-up, playing 2 or 3 games this week. Cyclones are playing 4. We've already played 2. We got 2 more to go tomorrow night at Crockett, and then Saturday back home against Westridge. So it's tis that season. Everybody likes the snow, okay, but when it snows, the mountainous counties get shut down. We've got to rearrange and reschedule. So for as much as it's nice outside or when the snow falls, and everybody likes the winter wonderland, and that's good for a little while, and then you got to look up and go, uh-oh, now we've got all these games to remake and reschedule or make up, rather, and, 4 games in 1 week for high school kids. I know they're young, and everybody's like, they can do it. But it's still not so much physical, but the mental part of it's what catches up with you.
It is, and that is entirely a lot of games. Basketball, what most people don't realize is there's a lot of wear and tear, especially on the stops and the cuts and things like that on your knees and your lower extremities, your hips and your knees. And not so much maybe upper body unless you're those type of players that want to get physical, and hammer one another. But there's a lot of wear and tear, and 4 games in a week is a lot. So all you can hope for is you come out that week without any more injuries and anybody getting hurt in those games,
So tomorrow night here in Carter County, Hampton will be at Happy Valley, and Unaka plays at Cloudland. So, those will be good ones.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. As you said, these county schools, when they get together for basketball, football, whatever it may be, they really leave it out on the court. They may not have a very good record going in, but you can count there's going to be some action on the court. So running and gunning and things of that nature and physical, it's going to be really physical. So
You know what I like about it? It reminds me of the Hoosiers. It's the old, throwback old days, community spirit. So when Hampton plays Happy Valley tomorrow night, probably most of Hampton will be there. The town will be empty. Stony Creek will be empty tomorrow night. They're going up to Cloudland. I mean, that's just the way it is, and I love that part. It's like, as I said, going back to Hoosiers in the old days. And, we were talking the other day about how many schools, it sounds cocky, but I'm not trying to be cocky, but it's just a fact. How many schools out there, in this case Elizabeth we're talking about, built more seats at the football stadium last year? Added, 250, 300 seats for the student body to go over there and be in behind the goalpost there where the band is at the football stadium. But it also freed up those seats for season ticket holders. So most places are trying to just beg them and do whatever they can to get them to come to the football games because they just don't come out like they used to. But in Elizabethton and in Carter County too, when you have a football game in Carter County, place is rocking. At Hampton's Field or Unaka's Field or Cloudland's Field.
Yeah,
now they're smaller in school size, obviously. Unaka's not the size of Elizabethton as far as enrollment. But what can be there are there, and so even for a single-A school, that was a big crowd. So I think it's a testament to this area, and again, I know I'm being syrupy and whatever, being silly, not silly, just being syrupy that, it's still the old way on a Friday night or a Tuesday night. Where you going? We're going to the ball game. We're going to support the local team, the cheerleaders, the pep band, what it is on a Tuesday or Friday night basketball. We're going to go support our team.
And that's good. I mean, we all know that football sort of reigns supreme in our area. And you're just talking about the increase at Elizabeth, and a lot of that stems too from not only the success of the football team, but from the success of the band. When you've got 170, 180 band members, equating into maybe 2 to 3 parents and family that comes out, that's a lot of people. And so it draws out. And basketball's a little bit different. You don't have your bands there. So the crowd's a little bit smaller. However, still critical that you support these kids and these communities. They'll support their kids, and then in postseason, if you have a team, we was up at Unaka, and as I was mentioning, they had the 2004 state championship Unaka Ranger basketball team up there that they recognized, and I knew a lot of those guys, and they're like me. They gotten older and some grayer, and but still, it just. Whenever something happens that involves this community, the colors are dropped, and it becomes the community gets behind, like they did Hampton last year in the state boys basketball championship, like Elizabeth, and when we went the first time we went and won the state down at Cookeville. I mean, people just get behind each other and they support each other, even though they may not always agree with each other, and they're always competing to beat each other. This community is a community like no other, and it's one of the greatest places in this country I think we have to live and reside in, and it's always important to show our kids how important they are to us, because this preacher said earlier, I was listening to an interview with him, our young people have enough to face. They need support, not only at school, but they need it at home, and they need it at church, wherever they can get it. So anytime you can show up and you can give a pat on the back to one of those kids and say good job, you can kind of just see the smile come on their faces, and that's important.
I wouldn't want to be a young person now for nothing.
No.
It's tough. They got so much coming at them, things that they have to deal with I never dreamed I'd deal with when I was a kid. They didn't have to. So every way we can to support them, and in this case, what little, going out and calling their ball games, that's a small way of showing support. Now, the best support is giving them the gospel, put it in their hand, but, other than that, to go out and promote them in a positive manner like you do, and we do here on the ball games, and that's what I'm going to do. What's going on in the city right now?
City right now, we're just gearing up. It's kind of budget season for us, but we're going back to work, getting ready for the next concert series coming up this year. Some of the businesses are submitting applications for facade grants to help them improve the fronts of their buildings. We got $300,000 grant for the businesses to apply for if they want to improve the looks of the building. So we got that. Of course, we've got a lot of stuff going on with the Park and Rec. We're in the process of, working on the Franklin Fitness Center that we bought that they're going to transform into our new Park and Rec building. So there's just a lot of work going on internally to try to keep things going. Right now, in terms of the city, I think that we're probably in the best shape of a lot of other cities in this state. We've got seen a lot of growth. We've seen a lot of people move into our area. Businesses are starting to experience some growth. We got some new businesses coming into town. Some businesses changing hands with new ownership. So, a different philosophy. And the city's doing good. We had recently had this snow, and our street department, sanitation department, a lot of times they don't get a very big pat on the back, but those guys were out here, and when some of the other cities in Tennessee couldn't move the snow off the roads, our roads were clear where we could traverse pretty easy. And not only that, but the guys that were pushing the snow also had to jump out of that truck, jump into a garbage truck, and start picking up the trash on a shortened week because we had Martin Luther King Day and we were closed. So, we live in a great little community, and I don't know if people really realize the fact that Carter County is a great place to live as much as they should and appreciate it. But we live in a great community, great city. We got great leadership, and I'm just excited to be part of the city hall.
It's a neat place. There's no question about that. And so we lose a great Parks and Rec man, Mike Baines, to the city of Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
David Nanny's the interim Parks and Rec director right now, so they're in the process of going through applications to hire a new one, a full-time one. So that's out there. The Parks and Rec does a lot. They do a lot of neat things here in the city. And so concert series coming up. They're already planning Cover Bridge Day, so just keeps on keeping on a brand new year.
Yep.
We're right in the middle of it. We love it. You hungry, sir?
No, I could eat, Tom.
Yeah. Get you some. Is it Reuben today? Is what you're getting?
I don't know. I may get a ham and cheese today.
All right. Whatever
Kind
you
of
want.
craving one of that.
Whatever you want, you can get, sir. How's that?
Just as long as I don't have to eat no possum on a half shell or barbecue grasshoppers, I'll be fine today, Tom.
A skinned possum. Are you kidding me? And the guy brought it, and all four, I guess it's paws, feet, paws, whatever possum has. They're laying on the plate up like this, a skinned possum. So,
well, a lot of people.
And I don't think it was eaten. I think it was just for a joke.
I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people over in Virginia, backcountry Virginia, where I was grew up at my parents, that possum was a meal for them. They really did. They eat possum and squirrels and rabbits and whatever else, other varmints they could find to eat to survive back in those days,
Varmint would be the key word. So enjoy. You won't have possum. What'd you say? You're going to get ham?
I'm going to get ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. There you go.
Ham and cheese.
Talk to you soon, sir.
Yes, sir, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at a lot of sports. Hello, Kim Birchwood. How you doing, sir? John Ramsey. We'll take a look at, we'll run them down for your top 25 college basketball next on the Tom Daly Sports Show, live at Poor Trav's Deli here in Elizabeth. Cyclone Sports and the Tom Daly Sports Show. What all do you have here at the Jewelers Bench?
So we carry an assortment of items. We've got Watchwise, G-Shock, Bearings, Citizens, Pearl-Wise. We do Imperial Pearl. I get some from a company called AGI, really great company. Diamonds, we do all kinds from Shaw Diamonds. We have lab-grown diamonds, Pandora. Do carry Classic Imports, which is sterling silver items, and then Sterling Reputation, that's sterling silver items. PRO is sterling silver, diamond, 14 karat yellow gold. Spotto watch bands, stuff from Equity Diamonds, just a wider range.
Jewelry repair, do a lot of that, of course. And jewelry cleaning, all that available here again as we are here at the Jewelers Bench. And so social media, how do we find you?
So Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbenchtn.com.
One of our great sponsors, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Daly Sports Show, the great folks at the Jewelers Bench. Great sponsors here on the Tom Daly Sports Show and Cyclone Sports from Northeast Community Credit Union. Credit Sense by Savvy Money. Tell me about this.
Yeah, that's basically just a term for checking your credit score for free. It does not affect your credit score when you check it. There is no impact whatsoever. It is a soft pull. It is through our home banking. If you're a member, you can log in through your home banking and then you can check your credit score for free. You can also get specialized loan officers on there as well. You can see how your credit score is calculated. You can see how your credit score is going to be impacted if you get a loan. You can go ahead and calculate that. You can get instant access to the factors impacting your credit score, such as the payment history, credit usage, all of that stuff. And the best part, there are so many articles under resources for saving money, for your future, for retirement, for planning. I mean, there are so many articles, short articles. If you have any questions about how to improve your credit score, it's on there. And this is just a wonderful feature. It is free. There is no charge whatsoever. So take advantage of that if you're a member with us.
BeMyCU.org. That's where you want to go. That's the starting point. Go from there to find out more about Credit Sense by Savvy Money from Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Daly Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Sports sponsor the play of the game, and springtime is here. Warm weather, folks on the move. Tell us how you can help us. Come in and grab a sandwich and get on out the door. How can you help us?
You give us a call about 10, 15 minutes ahead of schedule, and we'll have that ready for you. You roll on up, walk in, grab your chips, drinks, grab your order. You're out in 5 minutes.
Yep. 543-6128, the number to call. They're open, of course, Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. And, again, run down the sandwiches. They all come with cheese. Rattle them off for me, my dear buddy.
Yeah, man. We got ham, turkey. The Mad Italian's a combination of ham and turkey. It's very popular. Roast beef, corned beef, pastrami. We make a Reuben sandwich. Got sauerkraut in the house. We make a good bacon sandwich. We have marinara sauce now, so we can make you a pepperoni pizza sandwich or a meatball sub. We got chicken salad on a cold sub bun. And we make house and chef salads. House is just your lettuce, tomato, cheese, croutons, spicy onions, and dressing. And then chef salad, we'll add some meat to it for you.
Tell us about the poor boy and little poor boy. These are the cold subs. Again, you can't make it. You couldn't go out to Food City and buy this and make it for what they sell it for. Tell us about those.
Yeah, man. It's a 12-inch or 6-inch cold cut sub. And we put bologna, salami, ham, cheese, and then another layer of bologna. Dress it up. Put them spicy onions all over that bad boy for you.
$605 for the 12-inch, and for the 6-inch, $485. You couldn't make it for that. And they sell them all day long here. Again, those are the cold poor boy sub, of course, and you can get the hot. The other ones come hot. And, of course, the biggie is the Mad Italian. You sell a lot of that, don't you?
Yeah, man, that's been moving a lot lately.
Yep. And then last but not least, tell us about the salad you offer here at Poor Travs.
Yeah, we put that. We got 4 kinds of dressing for those. We also have bacon bits for them. Ham is the most popular. We also do turkey and roast beef in those.
9 to 9, Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday. Poor Travs Deli here in Elizabethton, 543-6128. They want it again, the favorite sub for the readers of the Carter County readers of the John City Press. Want it again. No surprise to me, because when folks come in, they go, wow. All these first-time people, we've introduced the restaurant to them because of winning the player of the game. These kids come out and go, wow, those sandwiches are good.
They're repeating.
And now they're coming back.
Yep.
That's the name of the game.
Yep.
One of our great sponsors, folks, of the Tom Daly Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Richard and the gang right here at Poor Travs Deli. Proud sponsors of the Tom Daly Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show here at Poor Travs Deli. 3 more upsets last night in top 25 college basketball. So, again, it's not like a broken record, but I'm telling you, March Madness is going to be something special when it gets going. Coming up, of course, in a couple of months. It's a long way down the trail, but it really isn't. It'll be here before you know it. Here's your top 10 upsets. 8th-ranked Auburn goes down last night. Alabama got them by 4. 10th-ranked Illinois, the Fighting Illini, went down. They lose by 5 in overtime, 96-91 to Northwestern. And 24th-ranked Colorado State, the Rams go down. Nevada got them by 13 last night. So 3 more upsets. 2 of those in the top 10 and top 25 college basketball last night. 22nd-ranked Florida Atlantic defeated Rice. 14th-ranked Marquette, a 13-point winner to DePaul. It was 23rd-ranked Iowa State. The Cyclones beat Kansas State by 11. And New Mexico, 25th ranked New Mexico, a 20-point win over San Jose State. One on tap tonight. 9th ranked Arizona at Oregon State. So that's the only one we got going tonight in men's top 25 college basketball. All right, interesting story here. I'm thinking it's a mental thing. It's a psych job. Lamar Jackson says he does not want to play. In fact, it says he does not enjoy sharing a field with Patrick Mahomes, who is one win away from making his fourth start on pro football's biggest stage. As third-seeded Kansas City will visit the top-seeded Baltimore Ravens. Jackson says, quote, I don't like competing against him at all. He's definitely a great quarterback, definitely a Hall of Famer. That's a no-brainer. Now, the question for me is, being an athletic competitor, is this a smoke screen, or is he laying the groundwork for playing mind games, head games, or is he really, why would you come out? You're Lamar Jackson, a good chance you're going to be the MVP this year in the National Football League, and saying, quote, I don't like competing against him at all. He's definitely a great quarterback, definitely a Hall of Famer. That's a no-brainer. Now, if I'm scared of you, you'll never know that. I would never let you know that I'm intimidated. If Ivan Sanders and I get ready to play basketball and Ivan's better than me, I would never let him know I'm scared to play him. No, sir. Nor would he me. And I would not expect that at all. Hello, Glenn McQueen. How you doing, sir? And yet that's what Lamar said. Only being in his 7th season, Mahomes' career is already good enough to be, I'm sure he's the Hall of Famer already. One of 3 players in NFL history, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, being the other two, with multiple league and Super Bowl MVP awards. Mahomes 2 wins away from joining Montana, Brady, Terry Bradshaw, and Troy Aikman, only starting quarterbacks to win at least 3 Super Bowls. So Lamar Jackson says, I don't like competing against this guy. Again, being a competitor such as like Lamar Jackson, unless I'm missing my mark rather, and missing the boat, I guess is what you'd say. I just think I keep thinking he's not really scared of this guy, is he? Surely to goodness he's not going to say that. This year, 27 touchdowns, 4,183 yards for Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson, 3,678 yards passing and 24 touchdowns. So, anyway, that's what he said. We'll see. Lamar Jackson, I still believe it. It's got to believe it. If he's scared of him, he's scared of him, but that's got to believe. It's mind games. But we'll see. We'll see soon enough, won't we? We will. The Ravens and the Chiefs will be in Baltimore this weekend. All right, South Carolina beat Kentucky the other night by 17. It was an expensive win. Southeastern Conference fining South Carolina $100,000 for fans storming the court after they won. Win over a highest-ranked opponent at home in 14 years. This is a pretty good basketball team. The Gamecocks will be in Knoxville next week. So they win. They beat Kentucky and Columbia. They stormed the court in celebration. SEC pegged them for $100,000. The league gave all members a clean slate, so this counts as South Carolina's first offense. Fans burst to the yellow rope line when the game ended. The rule of thumb is first time is $100,000. A second time it happens will be $250,000. And anything after that goes all the way up to $500,000. So South Carolina loses $100,000 out of the athletic department to send to the Southeastern Conference for the fans storming on the court the other night when they beat Kentucky. So there you go. All right, college football. Let's take a look at that. The Hokies, everybody's got their schedule now in the ACC because they included the 3 new teams. So here are the Hokies. Virginia Tech will play home games against Marshall. They're going to get beat. Rutgers, Boston College, Georgia Tech, Clemson in the Commonwealth Bowl against Virginia. The Hokies will travel this year to Vanderbilt, Old Dominion, Miami of Florida, Stanford, Syracuse, and Duke. That'll be the games Virginia Tech will travel to. So they are now including the new teams in the ACC scheduling. If you're a Seminole fan, Florida State will play Georgia Tech in a game in Ireland. How about that? The Seminoles will have Boston College at home, Memphis, Cal, Clemson, North Carolina, Charleston Southern, and Florida at home. The Seminoles will travel to SMU. That's one of the new teams. They'll go to Duke. They'll go to Miami. They'll go to Notre Dame. So there you go. California, Stanford, and SMU are the new teams in. They don't play California this year. But Florida State does play SMU there. And they don't play Stanford. The Hokies, go back to their schedule, the new teams they play, they'll play at Stanford. And they do not play SMU, nor do they play California. Last one, just for kicks, I pulled up the Clemson schedule. Who do the Tigers play? They open up at Georgia in Atlanta, neutral site. They have Appalachian State at home. They have North Carolina State at home. They have Stanford at home. There's your team out of the new threebies. Clemson will go to Florida State and Wake Forest, to Blacksburg to battle Virginia Tech, and they'll go to Pitt. So the road games for Clemson this year, at Florida State, at Wake Forest, at Virginia Tech, and at Pitt. Home games, App State, NC State, Stanford, Virginia, Louisville, the Citadel, and South Carolina. And the neutral game, they'll play Georgia and Atlanta. So they've already included the 2024 schedule, including California, Stanford, and SMU. So there you go. That's in. You can go online and check those out, by the way. All right, baseball news. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball. The Angels are looking to show some interest in picking up a DH. They're looking at Joey Votto from the Reds, who they opted not to bring back. The former MVP became a free agent when Cincinnati declined his $20 million club option. God bless him. He's not making $20 million, but he's going to make $7 million. They paid him $7 million to leave, basically, a buyout. Reds are not planning to pursue a reunion with Votto, and so the Angels are looking at him. And also maybe Toronto, the Blue Jays, may be looking at him as a DH. Pitchers everybody's looking at right now, they had 16 teams watch Michael Lorenza and Noah Syndergaard, Thor, workout, bullpen sessions on Tuesday in California. A couple of teams interested in Syndergaard are the Pirates and the Padres. Lorenzo was one of the better pitchers moved at last season's trade deadline. The Phillies acquired him from Detroit. So, struggled in Philly, and so he's looking around a little bit. So, of course, back in the day, he's been injury prone, has been Noah Syndergaard. So, some folks looking at him, but not nearly as many as they used to. The interest level's not there for Syndergaard as it once was because of being injury prone. As we told you, the Chargers hiring Jim Harbaugh from Michigan. They're looking for a new coach in the land of the Wolverines. So Harbaugh is gone. So who could be some of the candidates to be the new coach at Michigan? On the staff already, the offensive coordinator, Sharon Moore. There's one that everybody's talking about, could be a possibility. Brian Kelly down at LSU. Michigan having a big jackpot financially. Harbaugh was offered reportedly $11.5 million a year to coach Michigan. $11.5 million. That may still be on the table. We'll see. But Brian Kelly's showing some interest, or they're showing some interest in him. Went to Notre Dame, now he's at LSU. So see how that goes. Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator of Michigan, everything I'm reading, he's going with Harbaugh to San Diego or to L.A. The other coach they're talking to, and possibly, is Elijah Drinkwitz, the coach of Missouri. They went from 5-5, 6-7, 6-7 the first three seasons, 11-2 with a Cotton Bowl victory this year. He got it turned around. He's a winner everywhere he goes. He was the SEC Coach of the Year before they led App State to a 12-1 record, his only season there. So Drinkwitz will get some attention, some looks from the Michigan folks. Also, another guy is Matt Campbell. They're 18-20 in the last three seasons at Iowa State, but before that, he had a pretty successful resume, but his star has dimmed a bit. But I would think Drinkwitz would be one they would be very interested in talking to in Ann Arbor because the guy can get her done, and did what he did 11-2 in the Southeastern Conference. That's all you need to know there. That guy, he can coach. Tom Taylor Sports Show, the National Hockey League tonight. We're the Predators. They're skating tonight in Minnesota against the Wild. Other teams on the ice, Philadelphia skates in Detroit, Montreal home to the Islanders, Boston skating in Ottawa, Tampa Bay home to Arizona tonight. New Jersey skates at Carolina, Anaheim at Dallas against the Stars, Columbus in Calgary against the Flames, and Edmonton, the Oilers home to the Chicago Blackhawks. Last night, winners on the ice, Florida, Toronto, Carolina, Colorado, Seattle, the St. Louis Blues, and the Buffalo Sabres. All get wins last night on the ice in the National Hockey League. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live again. We're here at Poor Trav's Deli as we work our way through this Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be at Food City here in Elizabethton to kick off the weekend. So tonight, 6:15 airtime, 6:30 tip-off. T.A. Duggar's Lady Cyclones, the conference tournament championship against the John Sevier Lady Warriors. Should be a dandy, should be a packed house. It's at Sevier Middle School in Kingsport tonight. We'll go on air the broadcast at 6:15. Tipping it up, we hope, right around 6:30. There's some games ahead. Let's see what they've got going on here. They've got the boys' consolation at, boys' consolation at 5:15. Girls' consolation at 4. So there's 2 games ahead of us. We may not start right on time. 4 o'clock, girls' consolation, Sullivan Heights and Robinson. Boys' consolation will be at 5:15. Girls' championship, which we're doing, of course, T.A. Duggar and Sevier. And then the boys' championship will be Sevier. I'm not sure who on the other side of the bracket will be. Should have checked on that with Marty and I forgot to call him. So, but there's 4 games tonight. We're doing the third one. 6:30 game, T.A. Duggar and John Sevier in the conference tournament championship at Sevier Middle School. We'll go on air at 6:15 with the broadcast. All right. Quick break. Right back with more. We're here again at Poor Trav's Deli in Elizabethton, right beside Hardee's, right across from Jewelers Bench, easy to find, and a phone call away at 543-6128. 543-6128. They accept credit and debit cards, too. I think I've told you that, and certainly cash. They have no problem taking your cash, and so that's what they do and do well. They make great sandwiches here. They do not scrimp. When you get a sandwich from here, you get a sandwich that's loaded down, ready to go. You don't open up the bun and go, okay, there's the lettuce, there's the mayonnaise, there's this or that. Where's the meat? That don't happen. When you get it from here, you get it from here. You get a sandwich that's loaded up and ready to go. We'll be right back after this segment brought to you by Lingerfeld Drugs in downtown Elizabethton. So, strep and flu testing. Tell us about that from Lingerfeld Drug Center.
Yes, we've talked about that before, but that's still something we've been doing a lot of it lately, and I think that's something really helpful for our customers that we do. Rather than going to a doctor office and sitting in a waiting room full of sick people for a few hours, you can come in. We've got a little bit of paperwork, takes a minute or two, and then we'll do the strep or flu test on you, and results in about 5 or 10 minutes. And with our agreement that we've got, we can actually write prescriptions for you. So that's something within about 15 minutes you can be in the door, find out if you're positive, negative, and get medicine if you need it. So that's something we've had a lot of people coming in that don't really suspect they have it, but, they've been around family or at some sort of gathering and said, this person tested positive, I'd like to test myself just to be safe. But that's something we offer that we've been doing a lot of lately.
So it's your one-stop shop, in essence, all right here. You can go through everything you need to go through. If you need the shot, you can get the shot as well. Strep and flu testing again here at Lingerfeld Drug Center. Then we get into shots. Tell me about the shots that you offer.
We have got about any shot you need right now. We've got flu shots, which we're about out of date for, I'd say. But we've got shingles shots, the different pneumonia shots. There's 3 different strengths of them now. Got the COVID boosters, and RSV is a big one right now. And the RSV shots we've talked about before have been for mostly older people with, heart conditions or diabetes, kind of something that alters their immune system a little bit. but they're actually now recommending that shot for pregnant women, because that's kind of usually who you see RSV in as newborns or infants. Most of the time it's very mild and doesn't bother them, but that's something now, if the mother can vaccinate, that can prevent their kids from having it. So, that's something, if you got questions about it, you can come talk to us, or, with pneumonia shots, if you're not sure which one you need, you can come talk to us and we can help you figure out what is best for you.
Administer the shots right here at Lingerfield Drug Center, downtown Elizabeth, and right beside Carter County Bank. Then prescription transfers. You're big on that. Tell us about that.
Yes. People get kind of worried about, that they'll have to do a lot or go without medicine or things like that. But we take care of all that for you. We'll call whatever pharmacy it's at. We'll get your prescriptions brought over. If there's anything that doesn't have refills or can't be transferred, we'll call the doctors, take care of all that for you. Depending on how many medicines you got or where they're at, usually we can have them ready within an hour or so. That's something, if it's coming from a big chain or we got to get refills, it may take just a little longer, but we make it very quick and easy for you. So,
a lot of drugstores out there. Why Lingerfield Drug Center? What separates you from everybody else, do you think?
Yes, I think it's our personal connection with our customers. We know our customers, what medicines they take, what problems they've got going on, emotional problems sometimes,
sure.
or
absolutely
problems, like heart problems, kidney problems, and kind of like I was talking about with the shots. They come in and say, this is what I've got going on. What is best for me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, we can talk with you and recommend stuff and take time to really help you specifically, not just give you generic answers and rush you out the door.
Strep and flu testing right here on the spot. Shots administered right here on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the prescription transfer, you do it almost every day, don't you?
We do. Hunter got us 2 yesterday. Was a older couple, said they were having trouble getting out, and they'd been going to big chains and kept going, and that's a big deal for them to go, and every time they'd go, it wasn't ready. So we transferred all their medicines to us, took about an hour, and actually delivered them yesterday. So we try and make it as easy as we can.
That's the name of the game. Hours are open?
Here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12.
How do we find you on social media?
We're on Facebook as Lingerfield Drug Center.
And the phone number is?
It's 423-542-2138.
You're getting more comfortable doing this, aren't you?
I may sound more comfortable, but my heart's still beating.
I love promoting this gentleman. He does a phenomenal job, along with Marcia, Hunter, Cecil, the Fearsome Foursome, right here again at Lingerfield Drug Center, right beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Again, proud sponsor of the Tom Daly Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. And back at the Tom Daly Sports Show, good way to wrap it up. Our buddy Richard Oakes in the house. How you doing, sir?
Doing good.
Like the hat. Like the hat.
Yeah, man. Sharp hat.
Let me show him that. Let me get up close to.
Me and Trey been wearing that thing like crazy. Flying that flag.
Cyclones, Tom Taylor Sports. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
So, of course, they sponsor the player of the game. We'll give away some more of those tonight.
Got a bunch of those lately.
Have you?
Yeah.
Remember that, folks. This man supports the local kids, gives them a free sandwich. Free sandwich. Somebody's paying for that meat and them buns and everything's going out of here, and he loves doing it. But just remember, scratch those or scratch yours. He's supporting the local student athletes here at T. Duggar Middle School and Elizabethton High School. So
absolutely. Love doing it.
Yep, I know you'd like doing it, but I just want to remind people that out of the kindness of his heart, he's doing it. So when you get ready to buy a sandwich, think of the man that's helping your kids by giving them sandwiches as a reward for playing well in whatever sport they're playing in. Tonight we'll do it with T.A. Duggar's girls in the tournament championship in Kingsport against Sevier Middle School. So got 2 girls, got the certificates right here. 2 girls going to win players of the game based on who earns them. So I appreciate him doing that. So let's hit this button right here. We're talking to our buddy Richard Oakes right here at Poor Trav's Deli. Anytime it's a good time to pick up that phone call, 543-6128. Tell us about it, sir.
Yeah, you can just give us a call about 5 minutes out or 10, and tell us what you want, and we'll get it all put together for you. That way you can walk right in, pay for it, and be on your way. Don't even have to wait.
Yeah. Tell me about the salads.
Okay, so we'll take a salad tray and put a fistful of lettuce in it for you. Ham is my recommendation, but people like turkey and roast beef, even corned beef sometimes. If people want to get creative, we put some cheese, tomatoes, croutons, spicy onions. Get 2 packs of dressing. We have ranch, Thousand Island, honey mustard, and Italian.
Can't beat that, folks.
Can't beat it. It's good salad. That ham really does. A lot of places cube their ham for salads, but ours is ground up like it is and everything. It's really good with the salad, so they're pretty popular.
Well, let's talk about the hot subs. Let's talk about the cold subs you get here at Port Travis Deli. You can't go to, as I said earlier in the show, you can't go to Food City and buy it and make it for what you get it for here. Tell us about the Poor Boy Sub.
Poor Boy Sub's got bologna, salami, ham, and cheese on it. It's a cold cut sandwich. Spicy onions, mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, tomato, all that good stuff on it. We have 6-inch cold cut as well if you just want a smaller sandwich. We can make any sandwich that you like here, roast beef, ham, turkey, anything like that. We can make that cold for you. If you just, some people just don't like a hot steam sandwich. They prefer it a cool sandwich, so we can do that for you as well.
543-6128 is the number to call.
That's right.
The hot subs all come with cheese, ham, turkey, tomato Italian, ham and turkey together, corned beef, Reuben, pastrami, steak, roast beef, just a regular cheese sandwich, a BLT, a pepperoni and cheese if you want that, or even a meatball sub, which is awesome. All those available here again at Port Travis Deli. Pickled eggs and cups of onions come too on the side if you want them, right?
Yeah, you can get pickles and eggs on the side, and if you love those spicy onions and you want to get some take home and put on your dishes at home, you can do that. We sell them by the 8-ounce cup, so you can get you a side of those and have fun at home with them.
Hours are open, sir?
We're open 9 to 9, Monday through Saturday.
Closed on the Lord's Day.
That's right.
Social media, how we find you?
Look us up on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah.
Port Travis Deli. And the phone number, as we said, 543-6128. One of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillard Sports Show. Love this man and this business. They do a great job at Port Travis Deli. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillard Sports Show. Be loyal, buy local, and shop at Port Travis Deli. There you go.
Yeah.
Just made us a commercial. So you sell. President keeps wanting me to eat this cup of onions. I just can't do it. And the pickles.
You never tried our onions before?
No, I'm scared of eating the onions. Probably not enough milk in Carter County to put the fire out my belly.
I feel that. I love the spicy onion. People say it like this: I love them, but they don't like me.
Amen.
So if you can't enjoy them for personal reasons, I totally understand.
But you sell a bunch of those cups
We
of
do.
onions.
Yeah, we sell lots of spicy onions. People put them in all kinds of stuff at home. Their home dishes. Their hamburger helpers, their chili, soup beans, sandwiches at home, tacos, hot dogs, lots of that stuff. There's a lot of you can get creative. It's your taste buds. So if you really just love them, get you some on the side and try them on anything.
I've come in here before and watched people come in here and buy pickled eggs. I mean, they just come in and buy them by 6, 8, 10 at a time. Tell me about that.
Yeah, they're beet pickled eggs. That's the flavor, and we've been selling them for years. A little salt takes the sour out of them. People like to salt them. People buy them. They'll bring me jars sometimes and ask me to fill it up for them. We sell you pickled eggs. They're great snack if you just want some protein on the go. Some people grab a Gatorade and a couple pickled eggs on their way to the gym. That kind of thing. Knock their hunger pain off. Put some protein in their belly.
It's an old Southern thing, too. They offer a good old-fashioned BLT. Not everybody does that anymore, but you do here at Port Travis. Tell me about the BLT.
Yeah, well, we use that steamer to make that bread real soft and put your bacon on there. Put some mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato on it. If you want to put some spicy onions, even cheese, smoked cheddar cheese. People put Swiss and smoked cheddar cheese commonly on a bacon sandwich. So if you want to take it to another level, you can do that.
There you go. It's all right here, folks. Again, at Port Travis Deli. Right beside Hardee's, right across from the Jeweler's Bench, easy to find, right here on the main drag. And so, phone number is 543-6128, right here on Broad Street in Elizabethton. Again, call it in, or you can sit back here and eat right back here behind. It's got tables, and you've got the soda fountain. You've got tea, you've got coffee, you've got, we talked about like 8 or 10 different brands of potato chips.
Oh, yeah, we got tons of chip options.
10 different coolers right here you can load up, and you got everything from Pepsi, Coca-Cola products. You got bottled water, energy drinks, Dr. Enough, got all that for you. So We love
It's all
coming
down
here,
here, guys. Come
Yeah.
by and see us.
We love coming in
Love
here.
to take care of you.
You got it.
Yeah.
We love coming in and promoting Port Travis Deli. So there you go. 543-6128. Show number 2000. I know what I'm on. 2008.
Hey.
There you go. 9's
Been
tomorrow.
doing this a while, ain't you?
Yeah, 9 years been doing it. So big thank you, sir, for
Yeah.
sponsoring this Player of the Game thing.
Yeah, and we love you coming out to broadcast here and give us some attention, and appreciate the community for staying up with us. I put up a post for some new hires, and everybody responded to that, and really came in, and we found a couple people that we wanted to work with. So grateful to have that. Appreciate everyone, and for bearing with us through the snow hours and stuff. We had some wonky hours. We had to close early and open late and some things like that due to ice and stuff. Trailers out Roan Mountain and everything. So thanks for sticking with us through that. So appreciate you guys.
We're going to stick with you, sir.
Yeah.
We believe in you. So there you go.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Love you, brother.
Got more. Love you, too.
Thank you, folks.
More coming in. You get back over there and get after it. 543-6128 is the number to call. We'll come back and close it out right after this from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It's exciting Elizabethton Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join me as the Cyclones play 3 more this week. On Tuesday night at Sullivan East, on Friday night at David Crockett, and on Saturday a home non-conference game against Westridge. Doubleheader coverage starting each night at 6:15 with the Lady Cyclones and the Cyclone Boys in game number 2. Elizabethton Cyclone doubleheader basketball, a triple header this week. It starts at 6:15 each night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Cyclones! That's going to do it from here. Wrapping up show number 2008. As you see on the screen, back tomorrow will be at Food City right down the street here in Elizabeth. And coming up tonight, 6:15 airtime, T.A. Duggar Girls Tournament Championship against John Sevier Middle School from Sevier Middle School in Kingsport. We'll go in there at 6:15 with the pregame, and we'll tip it up and get with it at about 6:30 tonight. And there's 2 games ahead of us. I don't know if we'll be running behind or not, but we'll be there, ready to go. We always wrap up our show by dedicating the show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly do that. Today's verse is 1 Corinthians 10:31, and this kind of sums up the whole thing. You want a mantra to how to live your life? Here it is, right here. One verse, 1 Corinthians 10:31. So then whether you eat or whether you drink or whatever you may do, pretty much covers it, doesn't it? Whether you eat or drink, whatever you may do, do it all for the honor and the glory of God. Boom, done. 1 Corinthians 10:31, so then whether you eat or whether you drink or whatever you may do, do it all for the honor and glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31, good way to wrap up the show. See you back here tonight, 6:15. T.A. Duggar girls, they're 17-4. This team was 22-0 last year, so in 2 years, they've got an overall record of 39-4. Pretty good, to say the least. And we'll play for a conference tournament championship tonight against a good Sevier Middle School team from Sevier Middle School in Kingsport. We'll be there starting at 6:15. See them. Thanks to our guest today, Coach Ryan Presnell of Cyclone Baseball. Ivan Sanders works with the city and a big sports guy and a dear friend. Alex Ingram stopped by from the coaching staff of T.A. Duggar girls team promoting the game tonight. And Mark Fowler, our pastor. We're getting ready for the Wild Game Dinner coming up on Saturday night. It's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wish I could be there, but we've got a game with Westridge on Saturday evening. So can't get there, but you can. Here's the ticket. You don't even need a ticket. Just come on in. Starts at 6 o'clock on Saturday. They're going to be giving away. Somebody's going to walk out of there with a free shotgun, a free Barnett crossbow, and a free Blackstone grill. Free as door prizes. Those are the biggies. There's more little door prizes, too. a wild game dinner. There you go. Coming up again on Saturday at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church on Watauga Road here in Elizabeth. Back with you at 6:15 tonight for Tia Duggar Girls Tournament Championship Basketball. Till then, we'll tell you as always, bloom where you planted. And win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2008